Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing well today. So, what's happening? I think what's really going on is many people are feeling frustrated and feeling like they're on a very steep incline and going uphill, especially those who are on the path of making change within themselves, within their community, making changes to just cope better with the life that's being played out around you. And I've been hearing from a lot of people that they just don't have the strength. They don't want a lot of interferences anymore because it's really playing havoc within the nervous system. So some people are going through phases where they're going inward a little bit more and not wanting to be out in the public too much or have a lot of superficial conversations, not wanting to be drug into conversations that make no difference, no way, no how. So I'd like to make a suggestion. We get very overloaded when we think too far beyond what the tip of our nose can see, sense, and feel. And it can place us in overload. For me right now, I'm studying something. And in order to study something, I'm being given so much fluff in there from what the real end result is. So when I get into a chapter, which they want to call a lesson, but the lesson has like 10 modulars in it, and then each modular has submodulars. If I go past any of that, my synopsis can't keep up with the new information because it just blows the circuit. It's like it doesn't have any room in here for anything else. So what I do is I go through each one that gets dotted and I don't look beyond it. When I dot it, I go back to the dashboard, update it, go to the next dot, complete that lesson. And then I may, when I'm scrolling back, look at all the dots that I have completed, and I'm not overloading myself with all the undotted dots. Do you see where I'm saying? We need to take ourselves out of this strict survival mode and kick over into regulating our thrive modes, our thrive dial. And taking on too much, the nervous system, the endocrine system, which produces the hormones that regulate everything, and it's the nervous system that stimulates the endocrine system and then takes those signals all over. So when your endocrine system is secreting hormones and it needs to go to certain organs that have receptor cells, when you're under stress, it starts bouncing around saying, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? What organ am I supposed to assist? And then it just kind of hangs out a little bit until it can find the right receptor because you've placed so much stress in the body. So if you're feeling stress outwardly, you can only imagine the intricate parts of the body, how they're feeling. And they're not synthesizing the commands. They're not going to complete all of the tasks in ways that the body must have in order to have its own natural balance and stability, and repeat that and repeat that. So that's why it's super important to have adequate stress. Adequate stress, I meant adequate sleep. Adequate sleep, because that is what's going to help regulate the melatonin from the pineal gland and keep us cycled in the wake state as well as the sleep state. So it has a big balance in both. So I did a video about our eyes. What information we take in with our eyes, 70% of the brain has to be used in order to process all that, to keep bringing it in and out, in and out, in and out. So taking a sensory out of it, stepping away from the auditory overloads, get away from nonsense television programming, get away from nonsense conversation programming, get away from the political arena of stuff you can't control that's programmed. Get away from the fear of the banking system and you losing something. Get away from being in the grocery store, watching the prices go up, and you get into this fight or flight, survival, I'm not going to have enough mode, and you're not thinking clearly. Just know that you may less, maybe more, buy less, live on less, maybe more. Because our bodies are finding that we don't need all these 3 and 4 meals and 4 and 5 snacks a day. I mean, Jesus, if y'all even knew what was happening with the glucose in the body from every time you eat, there's the glucose, and then insulin comes in, and then when you have this much insulin, then you have of glucose. The insulin is taking what glucose it needs and taking it into the cell for energy, and then there's all this leftover glucose that stores as glycogen in the muscles. And then again, it's eat, repeat, eat, repeat, eat, repeat. And then you're not getting out there enough to burn the muscles, right? Burn the storage of the glycogen in the muscles. So there's so many things happening. And then we're giving permission for a lot of it. We may not be able to control the quality of air we breathe outside. We can't control what the cars are releasing. We can control what we eat. We can control with the environment of our house, whether we have filters on everything or whatever. We can control a lot of things. So focus in on the things that you can regulate and work on those with grace and ease and gratefulness and appreciation and downright loving happiness and joy for the little things. Let your body do what it needs to do. Give it more rest and relaxation. Give it a freaking break from the incoming ridiculous predictions and this happening and that happening and this happening and who's got the right information. And oh my gosh, my guide's talking to me, but I don't think I can hear him because I'm right? You gotta get here first. Gotta get right here first before you can see, sense, smell, taste, peripheral, extrasensory perceptions can ever kick in. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be more mindful and set your intentions to back it up a little bit. Reel it in, reel it back in. Get right here. Get right here. Get right there with that breath. Right there with it. Slow your roll. Slow all your rolls. When I pinch my waistline, I'm like, slow that damn roll. before he gets momentum. All right? You're living, loving columns of light. That's all you've got control over. You give permission. Just limit how much permission you're giving out every day. Pay attention to how much you're overdosing that, and the rewards are killing you. Okay? Pull back the permission slips. Be greedy with them. Value yourself big time. Because in this is a lot of value. In this, a lot of value. All of this has a lot of value. Much love to each and every one of you. From me to you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm grateful for you.